Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love, mercy, and compassion of God, our moments also in this new city of Zagreb, the capital of Croatia, where I have come on my way to Medjugorje, the pilgrimage place. And so I wanted to give you a glimpse of this beautiful city, Zagreb. Actually, Zagreb is the capital of Croatia, and I never imagined that Croatia was such a beautiful old city. And I just want to give you a little glimpse of this city, which is actually quite an old city. If you can see the buildings, I was not expecting it to be like this. So actually, I was already on my walk, and then I said, no, I must go back to my hotel room and pick up the camera. And so I went back and picked up the camera to make a video and to give you, my dear friends, a good view of this city. You see, this is, and one interesting thing about this city, or two or three things I will tell you about this city, is that when I was working in the BBC, way back in 93, 94, 95, this country and the countries around here, which was formerly Yugoslavia, this Yugoslavia was going through a big war. So the warring countries were all later divided, and one has become Croatia. Actually, the war was in Serbia and Bosnia-Herzegovina, Montenegro, Macedonia. So these were all small countries that were on war with each other. And I remember covering in the BBC every day two important events that were happening that time in the world. One was here, Zagreb, I remember, and the other one was Rwanda and Hutsi and Tutsi struggles. You see here there are some old ancient buildings, but look very nice. And here is the bust of someone I do not know, Nikola Subic Sinitsky, 1508 to 1566. He must have been a king here who played a important role in building up. By the way, then the other important thing that I wanted to say was that this country had 6 years ago a major earthquake, and a lot was destroyed in the earthquake, and they rebuilt it. Here is the metro, or not metro, but what they call trams here. Quite modern, I would say. Quite modern trams, as you can see. I did not expect this, because when I heard about this war, I thought this was a torn country and all broken up. But you see, these are the ancient buildings, and I like these kind of things. I love not just forests, but you see this kind of things. The other thing is about this country that this is more than 90% Catholic. And yesterday one Jesuit priest and another friend were taking us around. You see, this is a beautiful park of the city. So yesterday he was telling us that though that time in Bosnia-Herzegovina there were a lot of Muslims, and Macedonia and Montenegro, they were Christian Orthodox. And if you may remember one terrible guy called Milosevic, who was later tried in the International Court in Hague, and was sentenced because he was so much against Muslims and was going around killing Muslims, etc. So that was way back. But this, despite that war, this country remains majorly a Catholic country, he told me. And I asked him also if there are also other denominations. And he said, well, not really, maybe about 10,000 or so. So here are people who are going around to clean the streets, as you can see. And why I went to take the camera back really was to show you, see such great buildings like this in front of you, which shows you how big this country is, or how old the city is. Now, that father was telling us that when the earthquake took place 6 years ago, it created a lot of damage, but only one person was killed. And yesterday I did not have the camera with me, but I made a small video of 3 minutes, I think, with my mobile to show you where the cathedral was, and they were still building the cathedral, the towers of the cathedral, and then there was another Jesuit church. So you see here the beautiful park there on this side. So I actually went back to bring the camera to show you how these cities are well laid, and you see the trees around. I haven't seen such place in Delhi, to be frank, to be honest. I haven't seen this streets laid out so well in Delhi, with the trees around and where people could walk. And you see, this is what is fascinating with this building here, for example. These are all old ancient buildings, European cities. So I remember going to Madrid, or going to Barcelona I was not yet, but in Madrid and in Lisbon, there are all these ancient buildings, which is what fascinated me to go back and take the camera. I will also take just one more building on the other side of the road, and then I will wind up the shooting. I see some Indian friends here. Hello. Hello. Hi. So this is the city of Zagreb, to remind you once again, the capital of Croatia. You remember Croatia some years ago was the world champion for World Cup football. So I asked the priest this year, what happened to Croatia? And they said, well, Croatia had bad luck. So I wanted to show you also these buildings here, and see the garden here. And I suppose you know that here in Europe, they want to, in summer, sit outside. These are all restaurants which will be functioning, and overall you can see this kind of restaurants. But these, you see this ancient building, this is what I like, that show you how old the city is. And but at the same time it is also modern. It is an old city, but this is the modern tram, for example, which goes around the city to transport people to their work and back. So I am going now by another road to just give you a wish. I'm so happy to be here in Zagreb. As I said, I never expected it to be such a nice city, because I was covering it as that time a city torn by wars and things like that, but it turns out to be a very nice place, and I'm so pleased. You see, that is a big hotel there, Hotel Esplanda. Esplanda is that hotel. You see what a grand building. Somehow I like these buildings rather than our modern buildings. I don't know why, but I like these buildings. And there are so many churches here actually. The cathedral I showed you yesterday during that little video that I made. But you see, the city has also kept greenery. The trees are built on the roadside or planted in the roadside, and they are maintained well. I don't know whether I will keep the video so long, because I could also have shown you the hotel where I am staying. And here are the dogs going for their walks, as you can see, with their owner. The three of them, little puppies, how beautiful. But they're not, they look lovely, but they're special kind of puppies. And he's man on his work. I can see there a lot of restoration work going on. You see, this building is also again a very old building. They speak here Croatian, and I was asking Father Nikic, who was taking us around yesterday, very kind of him to show us the city around. And I asked him if Croatian language has some percentage of influence of Italian. And he said, yes, you are right, your ears are very sharp, he said, that you are catching some of the words that are being spoken. And he said, true, because Italy occupied the place for a long time. So that's why there's another one taking her dog for a ride. So here is this beautiful dog. And so he said, yes, it has an influence of Italian, because Italy had occupied this place. And you know, I find that the streets are so neat and clean in a big city like this. It's a city of 8 lakh people. So of course nothing compared to our cities like Delhi, Bombay, or things like that. This is the capital, and yet it has only 800,000 or 8 lakh people. But you see how neat everything is kept, and how orderly, even when they are constructing, you see, or renovating, everything is protected well, so that nobody gets hurt. And as I said, I told you, these old buildings, you may not find these buildings very interesting. I don't know what's your experience, but I kind of like these buildings. You see, that is not yet painted, so it is looking old. And this is the tour. I'm giving you a walking tour of Zagreb, and please enjoy and write your comments how you like this city. And I think the video is long enough, so I will say goodbye to you from here. This is another big building, but my hotel is a bit far. If I walk till there, the video will become long. But this should be an embassy, because there are flags there. But and you see construction work is going on. No, I think my hotel is still far. And I have to cross this road, actually not far. Maybe it will take me another minute or two to reach there. Okay, I'm crossing the road, even though it is red. Now it has turned green. And yes, I think I will reach there in 2 minutes. You can hold on for 2 more minutes. See, here construction work is going on, so there is a little bit of things lying here, but they will be removed. So as I was saying, they speak Croatian language here, and this was divided into different countries. Croatia became one country, Serbia became another country, then Bosnia Herzegovina became another country, why I asked that priest, why was Zagreb always mentioned when I was covering the BBC program? Then he said because Zagreb was the capital that time of this whole, not the capital, capital was Belgrade, sorry. Capital was Belgrade in Bosnia Herzegovina. You must have heard of the name of these cities. And he said because the president was living here, and that's why Zagreb was always mentioned, because all the negotiations, the meetings, etc. were taking place in Zagreb. And therefore I am a bit interested in this place because of the times I mentioned about Zagreb in my broadcast, and that's why it is quite interesting. And also because though this country suffered an earthquake 6 years ago, they are still managed to build the city so fast and quite well actually. So within less than a minute I will be reaching my hotel, so that I just give you a view of the hotel. So the name of the hotel is Dubrovnik, which was also a city which was always mentioned in the news. Srebrenica was another city I remember, which was constantly being mentioned. Split is also another city which is also in Croatia. And maybe I will be able to tell you that Croatia has a lovely coastline, this side of the Adriatic Sea. The Adriatic Sea, which falls on the western coast of Italy, is the eastern coast of Italy is the western coast of Croatia, and that is a beautiful sea, because water is so blue and clean. And here I saw a little hotel called Charlie, which I want to dedicate it to my friend Charlie in Indore. Here is the hotel called Charlie. So Charlie, you can also see that if you are still watching this video till the end, and hear how people sit and enjoy their breakfast or come in the evening to have their coffee and tea. This is one of the square where no cars are coming. And finally I have reached my hotel. This is called Hotel Dubrovnik, and I think this is hotel where we are staying. I did not book it. It was booked by some friend who hosted us. So I am now taking this picture in front of the hotel, and as you can see there, the street in front, they are all no cars, and these are all what they call walking zones, where people sit and enjoy their restaurant, coffee, as you can see all over. So my dear friends, I gave you a little round of Zagreb, capital of Croatia, and I wish you all the very best. And all this is to praise God, because there are a lot of churches here, etc. All the best. Thank you.